Just trying to adjust this car adapter here. There we go. There we go. Never can get things perfect with these car adapters. That's not too bad. How's everything going, guys? Hopefully good. Wait for a few people to come on. We had a good little market recovery today after Donald Trump backed off his tariffs. I think that's the latest I heard. We'll see if that's really true. I heard it just after leaving to come out here for my daughter's dance studio. So see if anyone comes on. Probably should check the chat thing. Chat filter. All messages. There we go. See if anyone shows up. Busy, busy, busy. I have been busy with work. Work and 3D printer. It's been good, going good. Got my 3D printer workshop set up and made quite a few prints throughout the day today, different adjustments and all that. So that's been going good. I didn't make any moves in the market. I was kind of annoyed. I wanted to sell some puts on Netflix early in the morning, right at the open, but it just went flying up. I couldn't even get a position. But maybe it'll kind of fade out a little bit. We'll see what happens. Then maybe I can sell another put on Netflix. I think Netflix is a decent opportunity, so I'm definitely going to keep my eye on Netflix, maybe add a little bit more to that position. Hey, somebody's on. How's it going? Figured I'd hang out and go live and just chat it up with some people in the community. Had a couple good videos come out this week. The Donald Trump Greenland video went pretty good. It was like 500 views. That's really good for my channel. And yeah, my next video that I released today wasn't as good. It was more just additional Donald Trump, trying to get some of that viewership going.
Text message from Lisa Wren.
Let's see. Oh, good. They're plowing my driveway. Hey, Elijah. I don't know if I've ever seen you. How are you tonight? Doing good? Are you subscribed to the channel yet? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Hamzaris45. Yeah, dance class again, of course. Got nothing else better to do. I'm not going to be going outside. It's, like 28 degrees and 7 inches of snow out there. So but you, Phil, have you done any snowboarding out there, out west? What about the rest of you guys? Where are you guys all from? Are you from the I've heard the South is going to get quite a bit of like snow and ice over the next few days, so that's kind of scary. I feel bad for all those people down there that could get power loss. It's never a good thing in the winter, because then you got heat problems typically. We need snow, but I go every week. Nice. I forget where you're from. Are you out in Utah or Colorado or California? I wasn't sure. I've been out to Breckenridge, Montana. Okay, so like Big Sky type of stuff. I've seen that resort out there. I've been to Breckenridge, Keystone, Vail, Aspen. What's the one in Salt Lake? Park City. Then I've also been to Ogden, Utah, which is where the Olympics were. Snow Basin. That's a great resort. I've also been to Telluride. That Telluride is a cool town. I like that one a lot. Expensive, but pretty nice. Hey, Volks. How you doing? Yeah, I was saying earlier I didn't take any positions this morning. The market was pretty weak. I was thinking about it, but I'm being patient with my money. I'm gonna wait and wait and wait. Of course, Donald Trump already backed off his 10%, 20% tariffs off of Europe, apparently. That's the last I heard. My wife mentioned it to me, so it's funny. I just did a video on that this morning. I said Donald Trump, he puts his queen out there and then he backs down. Puts his bishop out there, backs down, like in chess, right? You get aggressive in chess and then you back away because you make a mistake. So I don't know if that's really the case, but we'll see. Well, other than that, the 3D printing side hustle's been going pretty good. I've been enjoying it. I've made a couple prints so far. I'm working on some advanced prints for a project I'm doing. Doing like threaded tap holes with the metric system. Metric taps. If you've ever done taps for a project, I'm potentially going to get involved in. So that's pretty exciting. You look like Felix from Stray Kids. Never seen that. What is Stray Kids? Is that a show on Netflix or YouTube or something? Want a fun part? Pull XRP one day. It's crazy. Taco life. Okay. Oh, fun chart. Yeah. XRP one day. Is it really volatile or something? Because I think Bitcoin went from 95 to 88 over the last 24 hours or 48 hours. So I bet you XRP was going nuts. No, it's a K-pop group. Okay. Hi, Amber and Maylee. Please sub, please. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. So what is everyone up to this weekend with the potential winter storm? I think it's supposed to get down to like minus 15, maybe the wind chill in Michigan. So I think my kids and my wife might be off school on Friday. They were off yesterday and the day before, so they had a nice 4-day weekend. I had to work. But it's kind of nice having them home. I really enjoy it. Can you play Stray Kids? I don't know what that is. 188 to 198 in 30 minutes. Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty big move for what is it, XRP? Is that kind of like a penny stock in a sense? It's not a stock, it's a crypto, but I suppose that's a pretty big move. It's like almost 30 minutes, yeah. 10 points in 10 ticks in 30 minutes. Do you trade XRP or any of the Bitcoin stuff? Just curious. I've never gotten into crypto. I don't ever plan on it either. You don't, Sarah? Okay. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to sell more puts on Netflix early in the morning, but it just popped right away. I knew that was going to happen. I do. I was an old Bitcoin miner and I day trade. Rocket Lab has been my baby the last 2 years. So you trade Rocket Lab, yeah, that's a pretty volatile instrument, I believe, if I remember right. Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a penny stock kind of thing, like $5 stock? Yeah, I kind of quit the day trading thing. I did it for like a year. Now I just swing trade. I just wait for a good dump, start nibbling in, and then sell into some strength. I'm looking for long-term opportunities though. I've got a lot of cash I need to deploy pretty soon. Thinking about ETFs and mutual funds. I'm like at a point where like I still have a decent amount of growth in my portfolio, but I don't need to be aggressive. I've made some big growth moves over the last 25 years. I don't need to continue with volatile, crazy high beta stocks. Yeah, other than that, I gotta think of some more videos too for next week. I haven't I don't know. I've just been out of the kind of the loop, the YouTube thought process the last couple weeks. Just been so busy with work and this 3D printing kind of concept I've been thinking about. I'm thinking about starting a company tonight or tomorrow, a new LLC, so that should be interesting. Can't tell if my lighting's good or not. Nope, a $5 stock now, 87, but they 3D print rockets. Got mad government contracts now. Yeah. So you're seeing a lot of swings then, obviously, with the news that comes out for that company. Do some trick shots. Not sure what that means. Now, where are you going snowboarding next, Phil? Are you? I'll sub if you do. No, I'm not into that. Like a sub for sub thing. No, I'm not interested in that. Big Sky, have a season pass there. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, that's not an easy place to get to, is it, from airport perspective? I know Montana doesn't have like huge airports. What, sub for sub? Is that what you're interested? I'm not interested in sub for sub. If that's what you're interested in. Sub for sub doesn't work on YouTube. It just doesn't, because nobody watches your content, and then the algorithm doesn't give you actual. The algorithm will go against you if people don't watch your content. Yellowstone International, about 45 minutes. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I was thinking about what's the other one? Tetons, which is what is it called? Why am I forgetting it? I'm drawing a blank. I've been wanting to go there, the Tetons. I'm sure you remind me what it is. Yes, Jackson Hole, thank you. Hey, what's up, Omar? How you doing, man? Are you into hunting? No, not into hunting. My in-laws are, but I'm not. Michigan's a big hunting state. Yeah, Jackson Hole, that looks epic, honestly. I definitely want to check that out. Omar, what are you up to tonight, man? Did you email me yet? I did check my email yesterday. I didn't see anything. But yeah, maybe we can schedule a live stream during the week, you know. Fishing. I went fishing. I have a fishing license, and I went fishing with my kids once this year. I'd like to go more. It's just, you get busy with life. Old people stuff, you're sitting down on the couch, relaxing. Not yet, but I will. Yeah, no problem, man. No rush. You know, these things are hard to schedule out and try to figure out. Now, I think that we can do a live stream. And I think, depending on how you want to do it, I mean, we could do it on your channel, and then I can just piggyback as far as, because I think if we do it on your channel, you'll get the hours, and then I can just live stream it as well, just to have it on my content, and I won't get the hours. Or we can do it vice versa. I don't know who would have more viewers, my channel or your channel. I think we have around the same amount of subs. I don't know who has more traction. I did heli drops in Tetons. Oh man, I'm jealous, man. Like backcountry, you know, like big deep snow pow days. We will figure it out. Yeah, we will, Omar, for sure. Seems like you're getting back into the swing of things with YouTube, being motivated and coming out with some good videos, I think. I feel like you're more calm in front of the camera, just vibing, and that's, in my opinion, what sells on YouTube. But who am I to say? I don't have some big channel, so, you know, sometimes you just got to get a hit, I guess. You should go for a nature walk for a video. Yeah, I've done a lot of walk and talks. Not so much walking and live streaming. Sometimes signal fades out. especially near the wood in the woods. But yeah, I do walk and talk in the trees. A little here and there. I don't have much time for it, unfortunately. Yeah, no, I hear that, man. And it looks like the way you've been doing it, you're not doing super edited videos, so it's a quick one take, so it's not that big of a deal. You know, you spend probably 25 minutes recording, another 10, 20 minutes doing the editing, minor edits and thumbnails, so that's not too bad, you know. Scoot up the lights. Not that good. Let's see. I'm still uncomfortable on camera. You don't look like it, honestly. Guys, you need to sub to this guy. Thanks. Hello, a lot of snow on the ground in your neck of the woods? Oh yeah, I've got I think around 7 or 8 inches the last 24 hours. Of course, they didn't plow my driveway until just now, so I've already driven over it like 4 or 5 times, built up the ice tracks, you know. It's gonna get colder, so like that's frustrating because it could have all melted today. It was 30 degrees, but it is what it is. I should have went out and shoveled, but I was busy today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know, it's like I've said this before in videos, like, you know, if you put in like hours and hours and hours of work in YouTube, and then you only get a video with even 1,000 views, even if you were monetized, it's $10, you know. I mean, you really got to be dedicated and just be a hardcore. You have to love editing and love B-roll, love storytelling, and then just hope and pray that you get 10,000 plus views, I guess. I saw the hearing with Nick Shirley today during a break on all the Minnesota fraud. Was there a hearing in Minnesota or was it with the federal government? Let me know. YouTube has been the hardest, lowest paid job have ever had, including earning allowance from my parents as a kid. You got that right, man. He started as a small YouTuber last year and his channel grew quite a lot. Yeah, Nick Shirley. Yeah, I know who he is. I've seen his live streams 6 to 12 months ago ish. Yeah, thanks Sarah Friesen. Yeah, that whole Minnesota fraud thing, it's kind of, I mean, at the end of the day, they just need to look at the details. I don't know why people in government don't look at the details. I mean, if you got a daycare with, you know, if you're claiming you have 100 children, they should be able to audit that. It's a simple audit, like the IRS auditing companies or individuals for their tax returns. It should be the same thing. So I don't know what this is. Exactly. How do they not audit that kind of stuff? Yeah, I mean, I did the math. It's $10,000 a kid, which is a good program if it's done legitimately. You know, even if the Somalian people had, let's say 2 kids or 5 kids in a daycare, and they were only claiming the 5 kids, I wouldn't have a problem with it, as long as the people who are getting qualified are low income and fall into the rules of the system, right? But if you claim 100 children and there's no one in there but 2, we got a problem, you know. Shows how negligent the government is with our money. They sure are, dude. I used to work for property tax software company, and man, it's just like, it's just nonstop waste of money. No one looks at the details. Not everyone, but there's a lot of lazy people in these government offices. Not saying they're all lazy, but there's a few that are. But you can find that anywhere in the country, even corporations. There's tons of people who just ride on the coattails of everyone else. Unfortunately, guys, we live in a society where 5% make everything happen, and the other 95% kind of ride on everyone else's coattails. And the other 95, those 95% are the ones that typically get laid off first. And the other 5% keep their jobs because they're the ones keeping the company running or the government running. Let's see, simple. Government can't print money. They don't care if they pay $200 for a toilet seat. Exactly, yeah. They don't care. If they have somebody taking care of 2 children in a daycare and they pay out $1 million, they're like, well, somebody's doing the work. Somebody's taking care of the 2 kids. Here's $1 million because we'll spend 50 grand on a toilet seat. There you go. Trump tweeted that they are in negotiations to acquire Greenland in the future. Yeah, he said they were backing down from the tariffs, from going in militarily. Apparently, Omar, what I heard, I mentioned the 700 billion, but then I heard they're going to pay each resident 100 grand. Okay. Oh man, that's just like a slap in the face, isn't it? It's a slap in the face to everyone who's complaining about inflation, complaining about opportunities, and then they pay the Greenlanders 100K each, you know. Once I learned the Federal Reserve is privately owned institution. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Once you learn that, they can just print everything, right? They have they don't really have any, they really have all full autonomy to do what they want, right? Those 12 governors or whatever. So if they want to buy back bonds, print more money, lower rates, they can do whatever they want. Right. Still haven't made changes that have impacted me. And it never will, unfortunately, Omar. The only thing you can do is improve your skills, right? That's why I'm kind of doing this 3D printing side hustle, because it's the only thing that I feel I can improve my skills on at the moment. Software engineering, man, that's just it's a great field, but it's all AI now. Like, I mean, yeah, could I keep learning more? Yes, but then the AI is just going to overtake me, right? Everything seems to be on a macro level. Interest rates still high, house prices still high. Yeah, I'll talk to you about why the housing prices aren't going to go down. Norway found oil, said no billionaires. Every citizen gets a check a year, and they put 1K in college fund for kids each year. Average person makes 400K USD. Really? Huh. That'd be nice. It's kind of like Kuwait and the Qatari people, right? Don't those residents get like royalty checks all the time? So Omar, coming back to your housing problem, I think the biggest issue is that did you know that 40% of all homes in the United States are paid for, fully paid for? So, you know, for the market to get soft again, you're only working with 60% of the market. And of that 60%, how many are sitting on a 3%, 4% mortgage? Probably 30 to 40%, right? So then you're only working with a very small cohort of people who are on the like 5 to 7% APR, who might get foreclosed on if they lose their job. So it's a very, you know, tight market. I mean, we are seeing some softness here and there in certain markets. I don't know about Texas, where you're from. I think Austin had a nice dip for a little bit. But here's the problem though. Here's another problem with this, is that we still have people from the East Coast and the West Coast merging into the Midwest. Texas, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan. I mean, they're still building tons of houses in my neighborhood. I mean, and they're all selling out. So there's so much money still from the East and West Coast that I think that that's a big contributor as well. Get this crazy logic. They figure that oil is everyone's, a shared owned resource, not just one man's. Yeah, that'd be nice. You know, we could kind of do that here. We got oil here. We frack it all the time, but they don't distribute those profits, do they, to all the Americans? That'd be nice. I want to get out of this house, but sitting at 2.6%. So stuck right now. What's your square foot? What do you have? A 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Is it like a townhouse? Or is it a single family home? What are you looking to upgrade to? Like, what is it like every like, I don't know the math. I used to know the math on mortgages where like every 50,000 was another $100 on your payment. I don't know what it is today, but would never work because that would be socialism. Yeah, exactly. Because there's risk, obviously, to going out and drilling for oil, maintaining the wells, et cetera, et cetera. Liability of the people managing the wells. I've been watching Landman on Paramount, which I just finished the season finale the other night, and yeah, there's drama in there. I'm sure it's kind of like real life. I mean, it's dangerous work, right? 5 bed, 3.5, 2-story. That's what you have right now? Or is that what you're looking for, Omar? Because if you have a 5 bed, like, you're really looking to upgrade, like, to the big dog, top dog house. Building slowed here. Second homes being sold. But high-end homes, 10 milli up, still selling well. It is odd. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, I'll talk about that in a sec. I want to move to another area, either in San Antonio or around Austin. That's right. That's what I have right now. Okay. Well, you have a pretty decent size place. 2-story. That's a good size, but you just want to move location-wise, right? Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, how are the 10 milli houses still selling, right? It's because of generational wealth. It's because of years and years and years of compounding. And that compounding just continues and continues for all these super wealthy people. And when the government is giving out 4%, 3.5% risk-free, that's why you see $7 trillion in the money market funds, and everyone's making bank, right? If you have $100 million sitting in the bank, you're making what? $4 million risk-free in a money market, And so every 2 years, you can go and buy an $8 million house, or maybe a $5 million house after taxes. Yeah, exactly. It's the United States generational wealth. It continues to compound, and if you have it in the markets, it compounds even further. I mean, I'm kind of realizing this too. Like, I'm like at that stage where I'm like at almost $1 million, as far as like liquidity, and like it's 40K a year. It adds up. So every 2 years I got 100K. Every 2 years I got 130K. And it starts to compound. You got to get over this hump, right? This hump of like $250,000, $500,000. You got to pile in cash to get to $500,000. And once you get there, it starts to really feel like it's accelerating. Even though it's not percentage wise, it's still the same percentages as everyone else. If you have 10 grand in the markets versus someone who has 5 million in the markets, it's the same percentage if you're both in the S&P. But you feel it more when you got $5 million versus if you got $10,000, right? It just makes a huge difference if you have a boatload of cash in those markets, liquidity. You are doing great, Dan. You're pretty set. Your smart moves have compounded over time. Yeah, I got lucky, Omar. I honestly did. I made a couple moves. I did save in my 20s, 6%. When I was 32, I think I had around 50, 60K in my IRA. And now that IRA has grown to, I'd say before I rolled over another 401k, it's grown to around 700,000, from 50K to 700K. I made 2 big moves. I got into Google, it split, it 2x'd, I sold it, and then I bought Tesla and 20x'd it. I made 2 moves. I got lucky, honestly. I mean, I still would have been saving. I have saved a lot in my other 401ks and rolled them over, but I got lucky with a couple moves. That's what I have right now, 50, 60K. Dude, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can multiply that money, no doubt. Before you know it, if you're in the AI space, like if I saw AMD today, man, it was up $15 a share. As long as you're exposed to those names, in 10 or 12 years, 50K is going to be worth probably 250K. You'd be surprised. It'll probably 5x in 10 years. That's typically the S&P, 5x over 10 years. Hi, I'm from Brazil. Jennifer Mendez, 4650. Hey, nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. 20x, nice. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to sell Tesla. I really didn't. I didn't sell all of it. I'm still holding on to like 130 grand, which is plenty. I mean, if it 10x's, 20x's from here, it's still a great position. But I had like 600K in that thing, man. Like when you have those days like yesterday, which was a down 5% day, it really starts to affect you, man. Like psychologically, you get sick of the volatility. And I just said, man, I'm taking some chips off the table. I'm locking in. I know it could have meant like, oh, if Tesla were to 10x, I could be a multimillionaire. But do I need to be that greedy? No, I never grew up that way. My parents they're not multimillionaires, like, do I need to be one? No, not really. Like, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with this, 2017 minivan that I'm driving. I'm happy with my 2011 Ford Fusion. Just a car, who cares? I don't need all that. What I care more about is freedom and retiring when I'm 59 and a half. I don't want to wait any longer. You made the right move. I lost 25K in profit holding crypto. Did you remove that video? Because I briefly saw it, and then I went back to your channel to watch it, and then I think it was gone. I don't understand anything you're saying. I'm going to write to support the channel. Okay. Yeah, subscribe if you're interested. To do BEM. What does that mean, Omar? To do BEM. Is that short? Something short that I should know about? Hey, I lost 28 grand in crypto too. You changed your mind to post because of the loss, or just, yeah? No, there's nothing wrong with that, man. If you feel like it's something you can use later, then use it later. Come up with a like, kind of like where I lost 28K, maybe key on that or something. Like, look at my video and see what I did. I mean, it is talking about finfluencers and all that, but there's probably a way you could take advantage of that story later on if you don't feel like posting it now. Oh, it's Portuguese. Okay, gotcha. No such language as Brazilian. Yeah, Portugal and Brazil, they speak Portuguese, right? But yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say, if you guys haven't seen silver yet, that thing is still running. I looked at it today. It's at 102 an ounce, which is pretty insane. The reason I looked at it was because I don't know if this was fake news or real news, but I saw an article that Tesla was having trouble buying silver. Now, I don't know if that was true. That's probably like, oh, they're having trouble, so go buy silver, right? Oh, no, it was, what's that guy who did Rich Dad, Poor Dad? It was a post by him. So I don't know. That guy's full of it, to be honest. I don't trust anything he says, but the price of silver is going up, so there is some strain in that market, obviously. Hey, Tracy. How you feeling? I hope that you're getting a little bit better, every single day. I know you've been feeling bad. Yeah, I do these lives every Wednesday in the parking lot at my daughter's dance studio because I finally can have the time to do something. But yeah, hopefully you get better. I know it's a quick hello, and get some rest, and you'll get back in the swing of things hopefully pretty soon. We were just talking about the markets a little bit. Better. You had the super flu. Oh, that's no good. I know it's been going around. Knock on plastic here, vinyl. Hopefully I don't get it. I did get my flu shot. My kids got the flu shot, so usually that kind of alleviates it somewhat, but I don't want it. I hate the flu. You're just down and out for days. But yeah, hopefully you get back into the swing of things. I am I am going to start a new LLC here tonight or tomorrow, so I'll do a video on that maybe. There's nothing special about that really. Just I got to start up an LLC so I can do business with a company I have potential business with. So that'll be interesting, and I'll talk about that from time to time. I think I got the flu shot once and it gave me the flu. Never got it again. Yeah, some people say that. I don't doubt it. I've never had that problem. I remember the first time I got the C19 shot. That one was pretty rough the first time. But yeah. Working in an elementary school is like working in a petri dish. Yes, it totally is. But I think after so long, at least my wife and I think we've gotten used to, we've gotten like every bug in the world. So my wife will bring it home if she does get something, and then I'll of course get it, and my kids get it. But they're pretty immune. I mean, we've had a lot of sickness go around. My kids have only gotten sick once, so not too bad. Hopefully that'll be their only time. Oh, that's cool about the LLC. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm not excited about like maintaining it, filing taxes and doing the state registration and sales tax and all that. But, I'm 46 years old and I still got some juice left, I still got juice left. I got 15, 20 years that I think I could do some fun things, start an LLC, maybe get some traction the first year. If I could pull a tiny profit, that'd be pretty good. We'll see what happens. But one Vicks with a little bit of water melt, lemon juice, 2 shots of whiskey, Cowboy's Cure. Yeah. I remember my grandma down in Florida, we got sick down there. We were on vacation. I remember my grandma got that for me. I think that was the first time I had hard liquor, was shot of whiskey, lemon, and honey, I think is what it was. I can't remember. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, but it probably does work. I'll pass out for sure. Yeah, get better, get the rest. Are you feeling a little bit better? I suspect you probably are. You've been sick for maybe like 5 or 6 days. I think you mentioned it 5 or 6 days ago, man. That flu's rough. Yeah, I'm thinking about going live maybe on like maybe 9 a.m. to like 9:45. I'm usually just kind of busy around the house, just getting the house ready for the day, and then I wait for the market to open. And I usually start work around between 9:30 and 10. So maybe I could just do a quick half-hour, 45-minute live stream before the day gets started. I think that'd be pretty good. Maybe on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think that'd be pretty reasonable. Yes, but high fever, couldn't sleep. Oh, man. Yeah, just keep taking the Tylenol and the ibuprofen and get better. We're rooting for you. Yeah, that just sucks. I assume you probably took off a little bit of work too. I haven't been sick like that in a long time. I had the flu, I think last year or the year before, and it was only one day. I had to crash out on the couch, and then I was okay after that. Yeah. Now, Omar, are you still on? Do you still have? I am on the East Coast time, Tracy. I'm in Michigan. Omar, do you still have the rental property? Because you mentioned it in your video. So are you still having the rental property and your 5-bedroom house? Because that's not easy to kind of manage either. You could liquidate the rental. I mean, you'll lose the income obviously, but you could liquidate and then liquidate your 5-bedroom and move to San Antonio, get the house of your dreams, man. Yes, I have the rental, but having someone look at foundation tomorrow. Oh, no. Ugh. Is it leaking, or is there a crack or something? You getting termites or anything? Bugs or something? What made you look at it? And if something's wrong, I'm going to take care of it and sell. Are you? Hey, it's not a bad plan, I mean, you probably can get some decent money on it. The rates have gone down a little bit. But if it's still a hot market, take advantage of it. Looks like crack inside the house. Yeah. Well, fix it up. Get it fixed up. Prep the house. Wait for the tenants to be done with their lease and put it up for sale. I'm sure some family would love to have it. It looks like dirt caving in a line in the back of the house. Ish. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad for you, man. That's not a cheap fix, usually, foundation work. Is there a part of Michigan that is Central Time? I don't believe so. If there were, it'd be up in the Upper Peninsula, like towards Minnesota, but I don't believe they are on Central Time. It's only like a 2-hour drive for me. If I drive towards Chicago in 2 hours, I'm in Central Time. So we're right on the border of Central Eastern. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no kidding, Omar. I hope it's not too bad. Maybe it's a minor fix of like $1,500, $2,000. Hopefully it's not some big foundation fix. Sometimes they can mortar that stuff, cracks and whatnot. So hopefully you don't have like a foundation shift, right? Sometimes minor cracks aren't too bad. But it's different in different soils as well. Like Michigan's different than Texas, obviously. So yeah. Now, does it have a basement or is it just a slab? Because maybe a slab might not be too bad. Or a crawl space or something. You mentioned some upcoming travel. You going to do some video logs? Yeah, if I do end up going to China or Taiwan, I will definitely be vlogging and shooting a lot of footage for that. So that'll be interesting and scary and exciting all at the same time. I'm mostly scared of a 24-hour plane ride. I am not looking forward to that one bit. I get antsy. I get that they call them the jimmies, like where your legs kind of shaking, and yeah, that one I'm not looking forward to. And I'm not one that wants to take like sleeping pills or I don't know, Ambien or whatever. I'm not into doing that. I just like to do raw dog, just get through it, brute force kind of thing. So I'll just have to figure out a good strategy for dealing with it. Maybe I'll vlog on the plane a few times, right? just vlog like 20 videos, 25, 30 minutes long. I'll do a live stream on the plane. Get Starlink on the back of the plane. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. Yeah, Omar, I wish the best for you, man. Hopefully it works out. And then hopefully you can get some liquidity out of that place. No basement, just a slab. Yeah, that might not be too bad if it's just a slab, because you don't have to deal with basement issues and living in the basement, so maybe it's not too bad. Yeah, 24 hours, Tracy. I don't know if it's straight. I think it's more like, you might fly to Seattle, switch a plane there, fly to Korea or Taiwan, which is like the 16-hour leg or 18-hour leg, and then another 6 to 10 hours to Shenzhen, China, which is Hong Kong, essentially. It's just north of Hong Kong. So, and Shenzhen has like 6 or 40 million people or something like, it's something crazy. I think it's bigger than New York City. It's some insane amount. The longest flight I've been on is 11 hours. Same here. I've only been to, I think Amsterdam was 9. Hawaii was around 9. So I haven't even done 11 hours. So yeah, 24 hours. Ugh. I know the seats are probably a little bit bigger as far as leg room, but still, like that much time on a plane, no thanks. I went to China in 2008, a lot to see, but a lot of culture shock. Yeah, it's a long flight. You have to stand up from time to time. Yeah, exactly. I'll have to, if I do it, I'm definitely going to have like a pretty strict schedule, like get up, once every hour minimum, just to get your legs moving, get the blood flowing. Excuse me. Did you go there for anything Olympic related, Omar? Because I thought the Olympics was in 2008. My cousin did a job for the Olympics in 2008. He did all the broadcast work, doing like massive video switching for the thousands of cameras that are on that show. That's kind of how I got started in the AV business. Is my cousin they did that Beijing Olympics, and they came back and bought more technology, and that's how I got involved in AV. Was they wanted me to integrate these technologies that they bought during those Olympics, and that's kind of how I started my startup 15 years ago. That startup is dissolved, but I learned a lot in those 5 years. It was school related, but yes, they were prepping for the Olympics. I went right before they had them, thankfully. But I saw this. Oh, you saw the nest, right? The stadiums they were building. That's cool. So 2008. Is that when you went to college? That's probably about right. Because you're like, what, 35-ish? I'm 46. Yeah. So you went there for like a college thing, maybe a overseas. What is that called? Learning abroad or whatever? Abroad education. You're 39. Oh, you're not that much younger than I am. Approaching 40, man. What are you going to do? I'm sure your wife's going to... Is your wife going to set up a party kind of like what you set up for her? Remember how she had all those presents? Hey, what's up, Ant Dog? How you doing, man? How's the job going? You still spearheading the ship? Yes, I am. I got a promotion to that director of engineering. Not engineering, but director of emerging technologies. It's been going good. I've been getting into Microsoft Power Business Intelligence. I've got a bunch of financial reports I'm bringing into a MySQL database, and then I've been learning how Power BI, you can create these semantic data models and then build these reports out of it. It's not my forte, but I'm learning it. It's not rocket science. I just Google it and YouTube it to figure out how to build these different groupings in the reports. I'm sure you're familiar with that. Yeah, we will see. Yeah, your 40th birthday, Omar. Yeah, Ant Dog, what are you still doing the IT stuff, like SQL Server, Oracle, that type of stuff? Cloud, AWS, I'm sure you are. It's crazy. They keep coming out with more and more products every single day. I've been consulting with the guys at AWS. They're trying to sell me on all their Amazon Quick Suite, which is a AWS like AI reporting tool. I don't know. I'm probably just going to go with Microsoft Power BI because it's pretty straightforward. It's not rocket science. And our organization is all on Microsoft products, so it's real easy to integrate. That's awesome. I just spoke with my VP of Tech, and he has me high on his list for the AI push. Yes, dude. Yeah, that's good, man. That's job security. Yes, I'm a Microsoft shop as your data engineer. Yeah, dude. Man, I should try to hit you up or something on an email or a DM or something. I don't know, maybe send me an email sometime just so I can maybe ask you a question or two about the Azure ecosystem, because I'm probably going to end up going with that, even though I'm not a huge Microsoft fan. But, you know, I am invested in Microsoft. I should just use the products, right? I've got this mutual fund, which I'm thinking about actually adding another 50 grand in because Microsoft dumped today another 11 points. And Oracle's in that mutual fund, Datadog, Palantir, and I got to look at the portfolio. I'm going to do a video on this one because I looked at the portfolio recently and I really liked it because everything in that portfolio is on the dip and it could be a buying opportunity. So I think I'm going to buy into this mutual fund a little bit more. It's done well for me. I'm up like 700, 800% over 14 years. So I'm just ready for it to run that next wave. Let's see here. I got you. Yep, I'm 4 years deep in working in Microsoft products, and I'm sure yeah, shoot me an email. That'd be great. And yeah, I'll reach out. You know, I'm not gonna bother you with a bunch of emails and whatnot. You know, just maybe if it's like I'm really stuck, or maybe we can just chat it up, whatever, about tech. Maybe it's something I learn. I'll send you a link. You know, as far as like, oh hey man, I checked this out. This is cool. This is something Microsoft's doing or whatever. We got to learn together, us tech bros, tech geeks. That's how we learn, is we just send stuff to each other, and it's a lot of fun. So, are you selling those 3D printed items you've been working on? Not yet. Today I was prototyping one of the things I want to sell, and I'm not even close to even having a finished product yet, but I am going to sell possibly some parts to another company, which I'll let you guys in on, later on. I got to figure out what the non-disclosure agreement's going to look like and all that, and what I can say. But I do have something in the works to where I might even justify another printer. I don't know. You have many more years of skin in the game than I do. I'd love to chop it up with you. Heck yeah, man. That'd be great. That's awesome. Well, hey guys, I gotta head out. I gotta go in and grab my daughter. And but yeah, I'll try to start up some live streams. Maybe I'll start tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get into a cadence. We'll see what happens. Like I said, maybe 9 a.m. Eastern, just for maybe a half hour, 45 minutes before the market opens. See you, Tracy. Thanks for coming. Hopefully you get better. And yeah, the market opens. We'll talk about things. And yeah, maybe that'll be the live stream. So anyways, take care, guys. Have a good night. Later.